Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Share Talk Bulletin Board Heroes on Friday, the 8th of June. Starting off with a favourite amongst many, apparently, Asia Met Resources. Interesting point here, I suppose, on the technical front is that the shares haven't actually been below their 200-day moving average since January last year, which is quite an achievement, given that obviously we have been up and down in a quite volatile way since. Otherwise, current situation is that the dip last month was still above the 200-day line, currently at 9.38 pence. What we're waiting for at the moment, if you are somebody thinking of the stock on a technical basis, is an end-of-day close above the 50-day moving average, just around current levels, or end-of-week close, obviously, today would be even better. After that, the upside here at the top of the last year's channel at 16 pence plus over the following month or two. At this stage, only really below 10 pence, the floor of this channel would even question the ongoing very strong bull argument. Next up, a stock which I don't think I've covered too much, but the situation here is looking quite exciting. We had this vertical push through the 50-day and 200-day moving averages in April. We held that. I suppose there's been a triangle breakout now this week as well, which is a continuation pattern. That is all within a wide rising trend channel from as long ago as the end of 2016. Implied target as high as 40 pence, while we hold above this triangle floor at 20 pence. So looks like we're well set up there at EvGen Pharma. Next, on to a situation which I'm feeling a rather smug about. One tries not to do that too much because it's normally the kiss of death. But in the case of Greatland Gold, we had the triangle breakout in the middle of last month. And I think the last time I looked at the stock, it was somewhere around here. So it was just threatening to bubble up, and it's done that. The initial target then, the 200-day moving average at 1.02 pence, which one would regard as the minimum on the upside at the moment. Next target after that, the floor of this initial 2018 gap at 1.2 pence. This stage only really back below that old May peak at 0.76 would even question or delay the upside scenario, even though we are very overbought at 86. But this does look like a situation where we've made an extended base. I'm going to go back up again, maybe in a similar way to the way we went down. On to another, I suppose, lap of honor. Obviously, there was a lot of fundamental excitement there at Pathfinder Minerals, but the break above the 50-day moving average at the beginning of last month was a decent buy signal. We've had gaps to the upside unfilled ever since, which implies a very strong momentum behind the situation. And even though we're well up, the implication is that we could head towards 2 pence over the next 2-3 weeks, something like that. And only really back below resistance on the way down, let's say 1.35, 1.4 pence, really questioning the ongoing buy scenario. The other point to know is that we're in the run-up to a golden cross, so both the 50-day and 200-day moving averages are rising there, the blue and black lines respectively, so that tends to be the sweet spot in the price action cycle as well. Another potential lap of honor situation is Versarien. Here, beautiful breakthrough to the upside last month with the push through the 50-day moving average and 80 pence, which was the previous month's resistance. Quite a lot of resistance there in the low 80s, and that was broken quite well after a little false start. Current situation, we have a gap to the upside and hitting 120. Best case scenario at the moment, up to 140, the top of this wide rising trend channel from November, and only really back below 100 to 105. Questioning the possibility of a £1.40 target. Going on to a situation which I'm trying to obviously improve as I get older, and one of the things to do in that respect is to try and anticipate moves with Sound Energy. That did work earlier in the week. We were in a falling wedge shape, which I highlighted, and we've broken through the top of that end of day close above the 50-day moving average at 41 pence and still moving higher. Initial target there, 50 pence, I would say, is a minimum, and probably towards the upper 50s over the next 2 to 4 weeks, which is the initial 2018 resistance. So a lot of people be quite happy about that. Another situation where I anticipated the break to the upside with an almost identical chart formation in terms of the falling wedge. Bullish formation is Powerhouse Energy. Here the shares were just below the 0.5 level and below the top of this formation, this resistance line here from September last year. Looks like we've broken out of that. The call before was a move towards the low 60s at least. Probably now one would be gunning for somewhere around 0.7, 0.8, because that was the turn of the year resistance. So looks like that situation's on the move. Ideally, we don't go back below the 50-day line. Finishing off with the another good situation in the recent past, that's Turn. I think I highlighted this when we were around here, around 8 to 9 pence as a mid-move consolidation, and that worked rather well. Situation now looking for 35 to 40 pence within this rising March trend channel, and any dips towards the 22, 23 pence level regarded as a buying opportunity probably actually won't do that now. Looks reasonably strong. So as I said, any moves just towards that area to buy into for a 35 to 40 pence target on a technical basis. That's it from me. More updates on Monday.